Now we're going to look at the drugs of abuse that are available in New Zealand and the trends that have happened over the last few years. To assist with this, I would like you to take out of your pack the cardboard brochure which is titled Drug Categories. Now you can see that this is divided into different categories which depend on the overall impact the drug has on the mind and the body. In Table 1 we have depressant drugs, and these are the drugs that slow you down, slow the brainwave and reaction times down. Alcohol, cannabis, the synthetic THCs, which we commonly know in New Zealand as chronic, K2 and spice, and the opiates that include morphine and heroin are slow me down depressant drugs. Now you might say, hey, I have a couple of beers, a couple of wines, a couple of nips of spirits, and I'm feeling energised, merry, gay, life of the party, singing along hale and hearty. Yes, and a few more and you're slowed down, slurred speech, staggering perhaps, and a few more, and that could be you carked in the corner, snoring very loudly, nine eyes for the rest of the night. Over the page we have our stimulant drugs. Now these are the drugs that keep you wide awake, focused, energised, hyperactive even. Caffeine is actually a mild stimulant drug, and most of us don't jump out of bed and start to function effectively until we have had our hit of caffeine through our cup or two of tea or coffee. The worst of them all is crystal methamphetamine, which we in New Zealand call P. Party pills, cocaine, ecstasy, they are all stimulant drugs. The bottom of the page we have the hallucinogenic drugs, and these are the drugs that totally rewire your brain, send you into an outer space experience, so you do things like see sounds and hear colours. And LSD is the most potent of all the hallucinogenic drugs. You may be mature enough to remember the hippie era, the flower power era, the 1960s and 1970s, that wonderful psychedelic period of our lives. And LSD was the drug that influenced the colourfulness of that particular era. Now many of these drugs that I have referred to as stimulants and depressants also have hallucinogenic properties. And in particular, I want you to refer to the bath salts, which are the second to last class of drugs in the stimulant category. These are the new designer drugs in New Zealand, and they have both stimulant and potent hallucinogenic properties and are causing chaos in our country. The other important thing to understand about these categories of drugs is that apart from caffeine from your tea and coffee and nicotine from your cigarettes, any of these drugs can be included in your company's testing program. There are some drugs which we automatically test for, and others which the company can request as additional drugs which can be tested at the laboratory.